Thank you so much. I am so grateful and so honored to be here with you today, the 2021 graduating class of Earl Woods Scholars. Congratulations on your accomplishment and everything you have achieved in this extremely difficult year. In this challenging year, many of you may have lost something, and some of you may even have lost someone. So I want to start off by sharing my prayers, my love, my meditation, and my strength with each and every single one of you. I'm hoping that you and your families are safe and well. At the same time, this has been a year of a great need to reflect, to learn, to seek the opportunities for growth. It has been a year that is making us question what really and truly matters. Our well-being, our families, the people that matter. I want to share with you an equation that was shared with me on my podcast last year. I have the great fortune of sitting down with some incredible minds, and one of them last year shared this very important equation with me. The equation says pain plus reflection equals progress. Let me say that again. Pain plus reflection equals progress. Now, what I find fascinating about this equation is that if you remove the word reflection, all you're left with is pain. And that's sometimes what our years, days, months, and weeks feel like. We feel we just experience pain after pain after pain, challenge after challenge after challenge, stress after stress after stress. But if you add reflection to that pain, it leads to progress. It leads to growth. It leads to well-being. Because reflection increases empathy for ourselves and for others. Reflection increases compassion for ourselves and for others. Reflection encourages growth for ourselves and others. So much happens in our life simply by reflecting. I want to share with you who shared that equation with me on my podcast. It was none other than the famous investor, Ray Dalio. Now, I want to share with you one story for your reflection today. This story was told by the Buddha. The Buddha describes that there was a person trying to cross a turbulent river. The person approached the river, could see that the flow was uncontrollable, could see that it was far too powerful to swim through. The person started looking around to see if they could find any items that could help them cross this river. Slowly, this person assembled a raft. They found some bamboo, some rope, and they started to tie it together. They laid it out on the ground, and they built a raft. Gently, they pushed this raft onto the river. They made an oar with the stick that was available and started to paddle as fast as they could to get across the river. They paddled, and finally, this person made it to the other side. This person felt a huge debt to the raft. They felt like they couldn't be separated from it because this raft saved their life. Without this raft, they would never have crossed this river. So they strapped the raft to their back and started to walk. As they started to walk the land, in the next part of this person's journey, they came across a tall, wooded forest. Every couple of steps, there were large, tall trees with huge trunks. The person started to walk through this forest. And as they started to walk through, their raft that was strapped to their back from before just kept hitting into all of the trees, and they were trying to maneuver and trying to shift through and just trying to find a way through the gaps, but they just kept getting stuck. They kept getting stuck. And the Buddha says at this point, they came to a very interesting reflection. The person realized that the raft that got them over the river will not allow them to pass through the woods. The raft was so large behind them that when they tried to maneuver through the woods, it kept hitting the trees, hurting them and breaking the raft. At this point, the person realized that to walk through the woods, they'd have to let go of the raft. That was their choice. They took off the raft and they walked through, knowing in the back of their minds that they could build the raft again at any time if it was needed, but knowing that at this current moment, they had to let go. My reflection question for you today is, what are you holding on to? What is your raft that helped you get through 2019, 2018, but you were forced to let go of in 2020? To make room for new skills, new opportunities, new talents, new abilities. What is the mindset? What is the habit that you've had to let go of in 2020, but that allowed you to get through, that allowed you to survive, that allowed you to thrive, that allowed you to push forward? We see letting go as a weakness, as an issue, but sometimes it can be our greatest strength. Please remember this. Please remember that sometimes when we're holding on to something, that's exactly what's blocking us from our growth. It's stopping us from moving forward. It's holding us back. But when we allow ourselves to let go, we can truly move forward. I wish you all the best for 2021. I congratulate you again for the incredible journey that you've taken this year. And I promise you, if you allow yourself to open your hand and let go, you'll be met with so many more amazing opportunities. Thank you so much for listening. It's been an honor and a privilege being with all of you today.